Hi, how's it going? This is Resident of Collinwood, and I'm here to talk about 10 years without Jason. It's hard to believe that it's been 10 years. Where did 10 years go? Um, Bloody Disgusting was talking about this, that the 2000, you know, 9 Jason, I believe it was, was better than what people think it is. I actually agree with that. I give Jason the I give it a 7 out of 10. I really enjoyed it. To me, and why just a 7 if I really enjoyed it? Primarily the ending. I just did not love the end. I feel, to me, the ending of that movie, I put on Michael Bay, and that's the thing. Did Michael Bay kill the Friday the 13th? Did Michael Bay kill the Friday the 13th franchise? I feel the ending of that movie hurt that franchise in the long haul. I feel that's what kept it from having a good sequel. I feel if they would have come up with a better ending, then you would have had a way better movie, and a way you would have had a sequel to come back to. I don't feel it was just the lawsuit that prevented the sequel in the long haul. That's my viewpoint of it. That's my opinion. Um, and some people might say, well, what would you have done for an ending? Because I know some people are going to watch this video and go, roll their eyes, well, what would you have done, Sherlock? Well, my suggestion would have been I wouldn't have had her brother found her. For those who haven't seen the movie, spoiler, Jason kidnaps a girl who looks, who he feels is the reincarnation of his mother, who looks exactly like the young version of Pamela Voorhees. And the girl has a brother, and her brother comes looking for her because their mother died, and the girl goes away with her boyfriend because she'd been taking care of her mother and her mother had died, and it took a lot of toll on her, so she wants to get away, which is understandable. And in the course of the movie, what happens is Jason kills her friends, her boyfriend, and kidnaps her because looks like, and she took Jason's mother's locket, and in that picture it looks exactly like her, and it does. I'm sure they just used a picture of her. But the one thing I'll say is what they could have did was have the brother not find the tunnels at all and not find her, and she's still listed as missing. The producers needed to do a better job of feeding that girl too. Darnell Weeks, the Myers fan, pointed that out. Shout out to him. Um, yeah, I agree with that. I think that they did need to feed her because they weren't really. I mean, what's he feeding her? And maybe they just didn't want to because it would have showed intelligence on Jason's part. Again, just because somebody wears a hockey mask or puts on a hockey mask and is a killer doesn't make them dumb. It just means that they're a killer. And I think that's the big issue with the kidnapping is, again, he wasn't feeding her, and he should have been they should have come up with that too. I don't have a big of an issue with it. Again, yeah, they should have been feeding her for sure. What was she living off of all that time she was missing? They didn't really explain that. That's a big, that is an issue in the movie. I don't mark it as a big of an issue. It is an issue though, for sure, when you watch the movie. Um, And for this movie, too, my biggest issue again is the end. I liked the kidnapping plot. I enjoyed that. Um, I wouldn't have had her brother found her. And remember, a cop showed up. Now other cops are going to come check on him. He dies. I would have had the cop show up, and the brother would have lived, and they would have arrested him for the murders. He tells us Jason did it. This Jason. And what in the beginning of the movie, what's been said by the campers who got killed when they showed up? Jason's a legend, so they don't believe that Jason's even alive or exists. And why would they believe this guy? I think that's something that they could have did definitely for this movie. It does suck that we haven't had Jason in 10 years. I enjoyed the reboot. Again, I gave it a 7 out of 10. And do I feel Michael Bay is responsible? I feel this ending to this movie that Michael Bay and them approved of is responsible. The movie in a whole isn't bad. The ending just. Here's the thing. When I saw that ending, I knew it was coming. When they lowered Jason in the water, they made that too damn obvious. It needs to be organic and natural like it was in the first one where the girl hallucinated. Or even though you know Jason's coming out of the water and Jason lives after Tommy Jarvis, it still looked good. It looked really good. It did not look good in this movie, and that's my viewpoint, that was too predictable for them just to lower Jason in the water and him pop out and grab that girl and that guy. I just feel when they did that, they shot themselves in the foot hard. That's my viewpoint of this. To have 10 years, and I got my son and daughter, they watch horror movies with me. My son more loves Jason than he does Michael. You liked what you like, man. And he loves Jason he loves watching him. And when we went to go see Halloween 2018, funny story, my son was like, "Dad, where's Jason? He's not in this movie." But not in this one. It does suck that we don't have Friday the 13th. I mean, for sure. I wish we did. I wish we could get a Friday the 13th movie. I would love to see a Friday the 13th movie. I don't know what I would want them to do with it. I'm sure whoever gets it or whoever does it is just going to reboot the damn thing. It's been 10 years, like Bloody Disgusting said. So I hope that they do this, that they do a Friday the 13th sometime soon. And I just hope we get one hell of a story with it. And mainly, and I think this is the issue with the reboot. Have an ending you can follow up on. That's my biggest issue with that reboot. Other than that, I like the movie. I enjoy it. I think it has all the good qualities of the old Friday the 13th and a little bit of new. But though, too, when you come up with that lame duck ending, and you give yourself really nowhere to go, that was the biggest issue with that movie, the end. And I've stated that throughout this video, so I'm tired of repeating myself. You guys have a great one. I'm going to do my Halloween reviews next, so see you later.